Good morning, students. Let's start with the new topic, that is hyperlink. So, students, in the last lecture, we have discussed about table and spanning of rows and spanning of columns, where we have studied different tags, that how we have to perform spanning of row and spanning of column. Now let's move to next topic. The next topic is hyperlink. Now what is hyperlink? So hyperlink is simply a link or is a reference to data that the user can follow by clicking or tapping. Now see students, whenever you see any website or whenever you see any web page, you must have seen the hyperlinks on that page. And whenever the hyperlink is present on a web page, it is in different color, and most commonly it is in displays in blue color. So whenever you click on that type of text, or whenever even you move your cursor from normal text to that text, your cursor change, and when you click on that text, it allows you to move to the next page. So this is just because of hyperlink. So hyperlink is a link or it is a reference to data. So for example, if we want to apply reference to any data, or if we want to provide any relevant page related to data, so what we can do is we can simply apply hyperlink. We can create a hyperlink and we can represent that type of data to user. So how it is helpful to the user? Sometimes it is very difficult to represent all the information on a single web page. For example, let's suppose you are watching Amazon website. So it is not possible to display all the contents on the home page. And for example, on the Amazon website, there are thousands of products available. So it is not feasible to represent 1,000 products on the home page. So what they can do, what they can prefer is they can make simple hyperlinks on the home page. For example, you must have seen that there are different departments like clothing department, toys, children's section, men's section, women's section, grocery section. So they have just created sections and they have applied hyperlinked on that link on that words. So for example, if user want to shop grocery, then they can simply click on grocery link. Now they have linked number of pages, number of images to that web page, and when user click on that link, it will allow or it will switch the user to that page. So this is how it is very helpful to a user while creating a web page. So a hyperlink points to a whole document or to a specific element within a document. Now what is hypertext? Hypertext is text with hyperlinks. So the text that is displayed on the main web page, we call it as hypertext. Why we call it as hypertext? Because it creates hyperlink and it contains hyperlink. So that's why we call it as hypertext. The document containing a hyperlink is known as its source document, and we also call it as the document which is hyperlink is source document. For example, when we click on clothing store on the Amazon website, it allows you to move to the actual clothing store. So that is the source page of that hyperlink or that hypertext which is related to that source page. So for example, in an online reference work such as Wikipedia or Google, many words or terms in the text are hyperlinked to definitions of those terms. So let's discuss one example. I have taken an example. Look at this example. So I have just taken a snapshot of Wikipedia. So look at this page. There is a normal text, whatever is written hyperlink, and in computing a hyperlink is simply a link, and this is a definition. When we move our cursor on this normal text, the cursor moves in the form of arrow. But when we move the cursor on the hypertext, then the cursor changes from normal arrow to hand shape or some other shape. So this is, it represents that this text is hyperlinked text or this is hypertext. Look at the example. For example, the Wikipedia word is hyperlinked. So that's why the cursor on, when the cursor on the Wikipedia is in hand shape, it means it is hyperlinked text. It is representing hyperlinked text. And when we click on this text, it allows us to move to the next page, which is linked to this Wikipedia word. And you can also see in the normal definition, where the definition of hyperlink is written, there are different links provided which are displaying in blue color, like computing word, data, hypertext, anchor text, Wikipedia. So these all are hyperlinks and the text is called hypertext. So this is example of hyperlink. Now HTML provides us facility that we can simply apply hyperlinks in a web page by using the tags which is provided by HTML. So let's start with the tag. What tag we have to use when we want to apply hyperlink on a web page? So HTML links are hyperlinks. When we apply links in HTML, we call it as hyperlinks. So when you click on a link, it allows you to jump to another document. So this is the reason why we use hyperlinks. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. It can be hand or it can be something else also. So we can also change their shape. So most commonly it changes from normal arrow shape to hand shape. So which represents the text is hypertext and it contains hyperlinks. Now look at the last line. The tag that we have to use whenever we have to apply hyperlink is, we have to make use of anchor tag with href tag. So anchor tag and href tag, we represent anchor tag as A, and reference words means you have to give the reference that what page you want to. So the href means what page you want to display. You have to give the reference with this href. So let's study this tag. You have to start with A tag, bracket, A tag, which is anchor tag. Now after the anchor tag, you have to write the word href. Href means hyperlink reference text. You have to give the address of the web page, whatever you want to display. Now is equals to, you have to give the name of the document in the double quotes. So in the double quotes you have to give the address, or you have to give the web page, whatever you want to write. So you can, if you want to give the address of any website, you can give their address, as I have given in the example, http www.w3schools.com. so this is the web address of a website. It allows us to switch to that website. Then bracket close. Now you have to write the word, you have to write the text what you want to display on your normal web page. So for example, I want to write the text education and then anchor tag close. So when I will execute this code, what will happen is, what will be the output is, on my web page education word will be displayed. Education word will be displayed in the form of hyperlinked text and in the form of hypertext. And when I click on education word, it will allow us to switch to the website www.w3schools.com. So this is how you can apply hyperlink. It is very easy to apply hyperlink. Next is image hyperlink. Now what is image hyperlink? So as the name of this topic is image, image means how we can apply hyperlink on an image. So it is also possible to apply hyperlink on an image. So see students, in the last to last session, I explained you that how you have to apply image tag, where we have studied img source tag is used to apply image. So this is the same process. First of all, you have to apply image, then you have to apply hyperlink on that image. So in this we have to make use of combination of two tags, image tag that we use to apply image and hyperlink tag that we use to apply hyperlink on a document. So let's start with this tag. Anchor tag, a tag, anchor tag, then h reference is equals to, in the h reference you have to give the address of the web page or the related page that you want to display after clicking on the image. So that will be your related page that you want to display. So for example, I want to display page as a name mypage.html, or it can be HTML, it can be anything. You can also create a normal HTML page, whatever you want to display. You can give the name of that page inside the h reference and then bracket close. So this is how you have to apply h reference. Then image source, open image tag img source is equals to, in the source you have to give the name of the image with its extension, name of the image dot extension in the double quotes. You have to write the name of the image in double quotes, and then whatever text you want to write you can also write. If you don't want to write, you can close the text. And then I have written the text as click on arrow. Click on arrow word will be displayed on the image, and then anchor tag close. So what will happen is it will apply, image tag will apply a image on the web page, and h reference tag will create a hyperlink on that image. So when you click on that image, it will allow you to move to another related page. So this is the, let's discuss one real life example of this image hyperlink. Let's discuss about Amazon website. So as all of you must have seen Amazon website, so you know that they many of the times they have applied so they have applied links on many of the images. So on the home page you must have seen that they have displayed many images, and when you click on that image it will allow you to move to next relevant page or next related page, which is hyperlinked. So that is how you can apply hyperlinks. So in this lecture we have studied how we have to apply normal hyperlink. So this is the example how the text represents, which is we call it as hypertext also. Next is the tag which is used to create hyperlinks. Next is image hyperlinks. We can also create image hyperlinks. Now let's start with the new topic after the hyperlink part. This is the next topic of this unit, forms in HTML. Now what is form and why we use form? The first thing is why we make use of forms, and how we have to design forms by using HTML. So let's discuss some real life example. Form is why we use form. The first question is why we use form. We use form to collect the data from the user. So you must have seen that whenever you go to a doctor, whenever you go to a clinic, whenever you go to a mall, or whenever you go to a parlor, even whenever you go for an admission process to any organization, whenever you go for a job, then you must first have to fill some form. Then why they make use of form? Because they use form. Form is an information gathering tool. They use form to gather information from the user. So let's talk about example of whenever you go for a admission process in some college, you have to fill the form where you have to fill your credentials or where you have to fill your educational details. So why they make use of this tool? Why they make use of forms? Because they have to collect information in a single page from you and from many number of users. So it is the very simple process to gather information from the user. So that is why most of the organizations make use of forms. Now the next thing is how we can create forms. It is very easy to create forms in HTML because HTML provides us facility, HTML provides us many tags, and by using these tags we can simply create forms in HTML. So let's look at the example that I have taken. An HTML form is used to collect user input. So there is one more real life example. Even nowadays many of the online forms are available, which are even many of the websites use these forms to gather information from the user in online mode. So HTML form is also used to collect different see students, different languages are available to design forms. It depends upon the user that whatever language they want to use. So HTML is one of the language that we can use to design forms. So the user input is most often sent to a server for processing. So once they collect information from the user by using this tool, by using form, then after that they submit that information to the server, and it depends upon the organization, it depends upon the website that for what reason they are gathering data or they are collecting data, and whether they have to submit data to the server or not. So it depends upon the organization. So look at the example. This is the example of a form where they have asked for the first name, last name, and then submit. So this is a very common example whenever you fill any online form, and when after writing the text in the different fields you have to submit the form. When you click on submit, your data will be submit on the server. So this is the example of a form. Now let's move to next topic, form element. So what is the tag that we have to use if we want to create forms in HTML? So the tag is form tag. You have to make use of form tag whenever you have to create a form. So look at the tag form, FORM, form tag, opening. This is an opening form tag, and then you have to write the text, or you can make use of different tags whatever you want to display on the form, and then form tag close. So this is how you have to make use of form tag. Now next thing is input element. So when you have to create a form, or if you have to create a form, what you have to do is what simply a user has to make use of different what type of tags user has to use while designing a form. These are some common, I have taken examples of some common things like text, radio buttons, check boxes, submit button, labels. So these all are the elements provided by the form element. So we have to study these elements. So the HTML input element is the most used form element. Input element is the most used for form element. Whenever we have to design anything, we have to give the value that inside the input. Okay, so an input element can be displayed in many forms depending upon the type of the attribute. Attribute means properties. Whatever property we want to use, we have to write the name of that property with the input type. So when we mention that property inside the input type, it will display that type of button, that type of thing on the web page. So let's study different types of inputs, what we can make use of to design different things. So the first is input type is equals to text. So for example, if you want to create a text box or where you can write text, so you can simply create text box by writing its value as text inside the input value. So look at the first tag, input type is equals to text. So if you have to create a text box, you have to write this tag, input type is equals to text. It will create a text box on your web page. Next is input type is equals to radio. Radio means radio buttons. If you want to create radio buttons on your web page, so in that case you have to give the value as input type is equals to radio. Now what is radio button and why we make use of radio button? Radio button is when the organization wants to specify things, and the user can select only one option from the given option, that is radio button. In that case they make use of radio button. In case of radio button, the user cannot select more than one option. For example, I want to discuss one example, real life example, where we can use radio button. For example, they want to ask your marital status, that whether you are married or unmarried. So they can give two check boxes, married or unmarried. A user can select only one. The next example is they can give radio buttons in where they can ask about your gender. So it can be male or female, so you can select any one button only. So that is the condition where we can make use of radio buttons. Next is input type is equals to checkbox. Now what is checkbox? So if a user wants to create checkboxes, then a user has to give input type is equals to checkbox. So students, these are built-in elements. You have to use it with this name only. You cannot write radio buttons instead of radio. So if you want to give input type or you want to create radio buttons, you have to write input type is equals to radio. So input type is equals to checkbox will create checkboxes on the web page. Now what is checkboxes? Checkboxes are, you must have seen that when you click on the checkbox, it represents it with tick mark. So checkboxes allows us that we can select multiple options from the given options. So I want to discuss one real life example of checkboxes also. For example, when you fill a college form, you have to select subjects. For example, out of 10 subjects you have to select any 5 subjects. So organization can make use of check boxes. They can give you 10 check boxes and you can take or you can select 5 check boxes according to your choice. For example, physics, chemistry, maths, bio, geography, whatever 5 subjects you want to choose. So that is, by using this we can create check boxes. Next is input type is equals to submit. Input type is equals to submit. If you want to create a submit button on your web page, then you can make use of input type is equals to submit. It displays a submit button on your web page. Submit button is mostly we use this submit button at the end of the web page. We can also write OK, submit, whatever you want to write the text on this submit button. Submit button is basically used to submit all the information what you have filled in the form. Now it depends upon the organization what type of coding they have used on this submit button, whether they are submitting the data for just gathering information or whether they are submitting data to the server or whatever is the purpose of the organization. It depends upon the organization. So submit button is basically used to collect or to store that information, to submit that information. Next is input type is equals to button. So if you want to create buttons on your web page, buttons that display when you click on that button something will appear. So you can create it by just giving the input type is equals to button. So this is how you can create different type of elements on a form. Now let's discuss one example of a form. I have taken one example of a form. This is a form which is designed by using the different form elements. So the very first element is name, and after the name they have created a text box. Next is sex or gender. So you can write anything whatever you want, and you can make use of radio buttons. They have used radio buttons, male and female. Now next is eye color. Eye color, they have give you drop down list. You can also create drop down list from which they will display you the given menu, and you can select any one of the given menu. Next is check all that apply. They have make use of check boxes where you can select 1, 2, 3 according to your choice. Now they have also asked about describe your ability, so you have to write the text inside this field, and then enter my information is a subtype of submit button. When you click on this button, your information will be submitted at the another site. So students, this is how we can create forms by using form element, and these are the elements that we can make use while designing a form, and this is the example of a form. So with this we have completed this session. Tomorrow we will start with the next lecture. So that's all for today.